pretty impressive, actually. So the committee had a lot to work out, for them, and we went to work at it. Numbers were looked at. We got her down to 5, all seniors. We brought in some coaches and contributors to comment on the remaining 5. Got it down to 3. Numbers were looked at, schedules, additional insight from contributors, and a winner was determined. The athlete, actually, that was picked did not have the most points this year, but arguably played some of the best competition in AA and AAA, helping his team win 19 games and advance to the section semifinals. He averaged a double-double during all that as well. Mix in a little leadership and character, something that was talked about at the top of the show for making a Player of the Year. And then the committee selected this year's Boys Basketball Player of the Year. His name? From St. Peter, Wyatt Olson. We're joined by Wyatt's head coach from St. Peter, Sean Keating. Sean, congratulations in the announcement of Wyatt as this year's Boys Basketball Player of the Year.
For what you guys do and all the amazing players that are out there. And I remember when him and I were at the banquet last year, just looking at the record books and all the amazing players that have come through there, and just another pretty cool accolade for Wyatt and what has been an amazing career for him.
What did he mean to this club, Sean?
I mean, he's meant everything. He's a 4-year starter. He has kind of transformed our program. This is my 7th year, and I'm not going to really know how to move on without him because he's been a part of it for 4. And, he's just an amazing leader. I mean, I think when I first met with him as a 9th grader in our preseason meeting, just the way he talked and the goals he had, you could just tell how serious he was about basketball and just as a person. And I know how much the young people in our community look up to him, and he's got 3 younger brothers himself, and he's always conducted himself at the highest of class and represented our program just first class all the way.
A big reason why the 19 wins this year, Coach, from that jump from AA up to AAA?
No doubt about it. I mean, when you compete at the AAA level, it just gets deeper and more competitive, and you just run into more and more scholarship players. And Wyatt, was our best player every night, and he knew that he was going to get doubled and tripled, and yet every night was still able to come down with a double-double, and many games in his career scoring over 20 and grabbing 20 rebounds and doing those types of things. And it's tough to be that consistent at any level, but as you increase the power of your schedule and play better teams, it makes it even more of a challenge. And he never wavered and was a big part of our success, not just this year, but over the last 4 years.
Okay, very good. So now, what do you get? You're losing a bunch too, Sean. So are you thinking next year yet or not?
Yeah, there's no doubt. We haven't had that the banquet to wrap it up and all that, but yeah, we're losing an amazing senior class and 4 starters, and it's going to be a tough group to replace, but they've also kind of set the tone and example, we hope, for our younger players, that they've, taught our underclassmen really, really well, and hopefully those guys are hungry and ready to work if we can ever get out of this situation we're in right now. And just really appreciate this kind of diversion tonight and everything that you guys do, because I know, our town of St. Peter, we don't have any radio. So when Tom Wheeler comes to town, it's a big deal, and I appreciate all that you do for us.
Oh, Sean, you're more than welcome. Thank you for putting up all your athletes as well, too. Thank you a whole bunch. Congratulations on a great season.
Thanks a lot, Tom.
You betcha. That's Sean Keating, head coach of the St. Peter Saints, of our Boys Basketball Player of the Year. That's Wyatt Olson from St. Peter.